Hey, blessed morning to everyone across the world. So, welcome back to another episode of the Veranda Conversations. Um, I'm just happy to be alive and well. I know there's many things that's going across the world, like, whoa, 2020 have been here, indeed. And my topic today is being you. It's about individuality, your identity. But before I jump into the conversation, I just want to say happy belated birthday to Wise Word. Yeah, big up yourself. Wise Word is such a great man, and he has taken me under his wings like a father. And I did speak about that father issue in my last video, and there's a video that's coming out by Sean Kane. We did the interview, it was awesome. So, Sean Kane, big up yourself. And, Wise Word, he's such a great poet. And I've learned so much interacting with him, being around him, and just to see how, his interaction towards me as a young poet, a young person, a young lady, and just showing me certain life experiences. Because, by the end of the day, you need people around you and you need strong people. And as a young lady, having someone like a father figure is really great. And he's someone that I can talk to, I can call and just have conversations about practically anything. Even this veranda conversations, I had it in me and I was saying I'm going to do it. And then I called up Wise Word and we were talking and I was telling him what I want to do. And without a second in the conversation, he was like, do it. Go ahead and do it. Don't watch anything, just be you and just go and do it. And that's the type of person he is. He encourages you to just go and be you. He encourages you in your skill, in your talent, even if you fail. And he always say, don't be so hard on yourself. So I really respect him, and I'm happy he's alive and he's well, and I wish him all the best. And I just want to tell him on this platform that I am honored to have met him, know him, and interact with him, and that he is a blessing to someone, especially to me. So, just want him to know that. I also want to send out, congratulations to Tahira Brown. I hope I've pronounced your name properly. She's just a wonderful young lady. She represented Jamaica in the world competition of performing arts, and she got silver and bronze. And so, congrats, girl, you're doing well. It was an honor to meet you. I met her in 2014. I was invited by the government for Heroes Day, and that was a great honor. And I was asked to lay wreath on Paul Bogle grave, and it was really a great honor just to have that privilege because I love Paul Bogle as a national hero. I read up on him all the time, so it was very honorable, and that's where I met her, and we began talking, and I loved her voice. She can sing very beautifully, and she has a great spirit. She loves to laugh and smile. So, big her up. Also, big up my friend now. His name is Redeem the Poet. He got gold for his piece. He's also known as Renard. So Renard, big up yourself, Redeem the Poet. I'm so happy you guys represented Jamaica and you did your best and you were rewarded. I'm happy for you. So big up on yourself. Now, for those who are not Jamaicans or don't know what's going on in Jamaica, so there is a lot of controversy, corruption, and recently we had stuff about paternity tests and air, and there's just so much going on there's so much, and news and media and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to lock yourself away from the news, the media, the phone, just to preserve your humanity and preserve your sanity. Because sometimes it's good to have a quiet place where you can just allow your thoughts and yourself. And for those who are Christian, that's the best time to speak to God and to have that moment of space and time to self reflect. I do that sometimes because not only as a Christian, but as a human being, I think it's very important to self reflect. Because sometimes I'm by myself and I don't know, but it's almost that inner peace and that inner voice. It comes out and remind you of something probably you said or did, and you start to evaluate. That's what I do. I don't know if others do it, but I do that. And I will evaluate myself and I'll be like, I shouldn't have said that to that person. Like I was wrong. I don't know if other people do that, but I do. It almost, because you have to unload all these pain, these happiness, and just have a moment with self and really be honest. It works for me. And sometimes I even remember something and I begin to cry and I begin to laugh. And it's just amazing how, things can be brought back. And it's almost like you're there within that moment. And then there are times when you have to be so in tune with the news because you have to know what's going on. It's for your own safety. You need to know, if, for example, like what the virus is going around, how many people are infected, what are the precautions, the curfews, where to go, where not to go, what to do, what not to do. And it can be a lot of noise and it can be a lot of intake and it can affect your emotional psyche and your mental as well. And I believe that this year has really, I believe I can say that it has affected every individual on planet Earth. Maybe some won't admit it, but I think it one way or the other, whether it's through something that happened to your family member, or you're just looking on in the world and seeing what's going on and saying, "Whoa, it's a lot. It's a lot to intake." And I would say there's nothing wrong if you want to be by yourself and you want to cry, you want to talk. I mean, go ahead and do it. And it's for your own health and wealth. It's good that you need to have a healthy mind. So I want to share a quote because, as I said, the media, there's a lot going on in the media. And when I say media, I'm talking about social media platforms. I'm talking about WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I'm also talking about the newspaper. I'm talking about radio. I'm talking about TV. Those type of media I'm talking about, where you get your news, where you get your information, and we spend a lot of time in front of the TV, and especially a lot of people are on lockdown now, are still in curfew. They are in tune more in social media in terms of YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and watching the news. Some people just want to be very engaged or more in tune and informed with what's going on. And I myself have been very in tune with everything that's going on. I've been making some kind of comments on social media. Sometimes I engage people in those conversations because there's so much that's going on. And so I want to share a quote from Malcolm X. And his quote is, let me read from my phone. The media the medias, the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent, and that's power because they control the minds of the masses. So, media is a powerful entity because they determine your view and your perspective on an individual or a particular matter. And there's no escaping that. We could be all awake and critical thinkers, but I mean, whatever common media, and what's our initial reaction? Sometimes, sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes we don't get the full story because media have that power and to make things illusionary and delusionary to us who are watching it. They are powerful. It's just like a movie. The movie directors, they have the power to how we will view a particular movie. So they have the tricks and know what to do, and they basically go in your psyche. As you begin to read up a little bit more about how you view stuff in terms of your blind spot, your sensory signals, in terms of why certain colors you're drawn to it. These are things that are in you naturally, and these individuals have the power, or rather they have the instrument to tap into